Good morning, it's the 24th of August now. As I've already said, it's nice to have you here. Welcome to my channel, Tarot Tales by me, Caroline. Now, as I already said, yes, I'm sitting here with my cat because the poor cat had an injury. So as I'm sitting here, stuck here for most of the day, upstairs, could be saying that it's been quite difficult. It's been very difficult, but luckily it's coming to an end. However, so as I'm sitting here, I thought one of the videos that got most of the views so far, maybe it's not talking about my cat at all. It's talking about what I was about to talk about, which was the UK flags video and immigration. That might be what it's about, that the situation is getting very, very difficult. It's like getting to a breaking point. People are getting to a breaking point. Sorry, I thought it was referring to my cat, but could refer to both. On that video, obviously, it shows me that that's the topic that people are most bothered about or want to know about because it had the most views. When I did that video, it was called UK Flags and Immigration. I didn't really talk about the flags, so I thought I'd do that one now. And the other thing is, you do need to understand that because we're not allowed to talk about these kind of topics, I am reading this in the most positive way that I can, okay? You do need to bear that in mind, okay? I'm not going to have a bias or an opinion. It's the only way I can read about it. So it's going to be done in a very positive way, okay? So that could be a psychological element, okay? That could have a psychological element that, or it could be psychologically that's getting very difficult for people. But it could refer to the whole bigger picture about what's been going on, why we're at this point. So this video, the UK flags. Now, I don't know if you know, if you're not in the UK, to see what's going on. But my friend sent me all this. So apparently people are now putting St George's Cross flags or holding up Union Jack flags, and apparently the police are turning on them and saying, you know, you're inciting trouble in a way. Personally, I don't understand it, to be honest. And I think all of this is being highlighted. Where everyone's pointing fingers at the UK right now. Maybe it's being highlighted for a reason, because I always had Judgment Day, a major card. We are going to be under scrutiny. Either the people are going to stand up, or it's going to reach a boiling point where this has to come to some kind of end one way or another. And I think all these things are part of it. So you've got that interview with Trump. You've also got, apparently my friend sent it to me today, Elon Musk wants to save the UK. So, you know, it makes you wonder. It all points back to our government, doesn't it? At the end of the day, if other countries want to intervene, we're clearly on a sinking ship. So let me look at, first of all, Elon Musk wants to save the UK. Trump's team getting a bit involved. Are they going to help us? Is it to highlight our government? They realise we're in... Whoops. Okay, so they realise we're in a sort of destitution status right now. I think they also feel... Look at that card of stress. These changes have caused a lot of stress. And I think what's happening is they're realising there's a lot of disharmony here. And if our government doesn't recognise it, they're recognising it. Quite nice to have some help from overseas. So those cards just flipped, but I'll try again. Elon Musk, President Trump getting involved. What will be the outcome? Will they save the UK? Or help save the UK? I was going to do them as separate videos, but now I've decided to do them as one. It'll be much quicker for me. And I've also got every single pack of cards here that I own. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 packs. Right. So I feel like they realise we're a bit stuck and they feel for us. So they're coming in with an offer to help, okay? To help. Maybe they realise we're a bit closed off on our own in this country. Look, how lovely is that? a kindness gesture. Oh, isn't that nice? We need someone from a different country to help us. Then you know we're in a mess. Okay. What's happening is they've recognised that our country is like going in a new direction, completely on its own. So this is all new, completely on its own. And maybe they see that they want to come and help and support us. I think also this card could be about everyone getting on well. So maybe they realise that it's not really working at the moment. And I have 2 3s. So things are being sort of activated at the moment, and they realise I've got exactly the same card as I had yesterday. When I read about UK flags and immigration, I asked what would be the outcome. I've got exactly the same thing. That is brilliant. I love that. And they're 2 major cards, so now I know that's the answer. I feel they're going to bring peace somehow, help to bring peace from maybe what they're talking about will bring peace. Because they realise we need healing, okay? And this actually could be them joining forces. And this is about temperance, so patience, perseverance, but in the end there's healing and a whole new path. I love that I got the same card as what I got yesterday. Now, oh, look at this. They're going to help with justice, rebalancing the situation, and maybe wrongs will be righted. And it's really fascinating because this reading has 3 major spiritual cards for the outcome. So it's a very big situation. I actually think what will happen is it will be more peaceful. They'll bring peace by this card can be sort of, she goes quiet, she goes within. So it's kind of 2 cards of peace, and that's serenity, and it's blue. So that's a good thing. And that will obviously help to right things. So this card as well is about alchemizing forces together. So I would say making things more neutral, perhaps, bridging the gap, and conflicts resolved by healing waters, and balance and peace is restored. So that's fantastic, but yet again it's a major card. So again, with High Priestess, perhaps it's like more of like a deep mystery and intuitive knowing that they will help bring justice, which is rather amazing. I kind of don't need to do much more on that. I mean, the UK flags, I assume I'll get exactly the same thing. But I'll read on that anyway. But I'm just going to quickly pull more cards for Elon Musk, President Trump getting involved in the UK. Will they help heal our country? I think it's the 3. It's the UK, Trump, Elon Musk, all coming together. Sorry, I can't decide which one. This one. Exuberance. Renewed energy and vitality. Try new things. That's very interesting. Wounds. I wanted this one as well when I couldn't decide between them. Inner truth. Deepens your intuitive insight to greater wisdom, which is interesting because the High Priestess is your greatest insights and your intuition. So you have to sort of say to yourself, you've got to know intuitively this is going to change and we need to trust this is going to change. Right, so the UK, will it be helped by President Trump and Elon Musk? Are they going to save us or help to save us? Save the UK? It could even be that secretly justice is going to happen. Like maybe they're going to help and maybe it's the bigger picture with Sarah, Jasara. Could be saying secretly something will come along at the right time that will change this. That would make a lot of sense to me. attitude. Attitude. Interesting. Attitude. Right. Oh, one fell out. I was asking, will President Trump and Elon Musk help save the UK from the mess we're in? And I didn't even see it, but it already come out as affirmed. So yes, and music. Hey ho, celebration. Music could be a celebration. Music could be some kind of EBS. Looking very positive. Another one. Assertiveness. What was the first card I had before Inner Truth? I had... No, where's it gone? I had... I can't even remember now. I'm sure I had attitude. Attitude and assertiveness. Rise up, stand stronger and true. Interesting. Look, it looks pretty good to me. I would try not to worry too much about it. But maybe it was time for people to stand up and say no, or government needs to listen to us, or whatever it may be. Learn from friendships old and new. Old and new. Friendships. This could be friendship. Celebrating coming together. I already have one. Depth. They're going to get to the bottom of it. Help to get to the bottom of it. Will it point fingers, and then the government have to look at, what's going on, and actually do something about it for once? It feels like the peace talks, all these things are sort of happening, and they're all leading to, can you not see it? It's all leading to a crescendo. I strongly believe that. Give me a bit of hope. Intertwining, see, I wonder if these things are woven all together. All is well, all is as it should be. Lessons and experiences of the past, the wisdom gained so you can move forward with understanding, compassion and forgiveness. Growth is assured. Interesting. Aha, it's a very interesting card, this one now, because I have integration. And maybe that's the root of their issue they need to look at. There is a rhythm and balance to all of life. Expand your consciousness. Everything's about intuition, expanding your consciousness, seeing the bigger picture. Integrate all aspects of your multi-dimensional consciousness in your everyday and practical life. I think those will be the topics. Maybe... Oh, I've finished. I've used all my cards. How disappointing. Could keep going with that reading. But it's good. How they get to that point, I don't know. You've got this practice EBS coming. I hope it's not too far away, because you want this country to be in harmony. And luckily, temperance is harmony, but at the right time. Now, the UK flags, what's the story with that? Is that going to get worse? Is it going to end up with, the police having more of a job on their hands? I don't really understand. Are people going to be told to take them down? Will it just, sometimes these things fade away? How are they going to resolve the situation, Aha. I think that the police are gonna probably stop the gatherings, or if there's gatherings or people coming together or people wanting to fly their own flag. I feel like they're not going to like that, because this is power. So this is sort of celebrating. Yeah, let's celebrate. And you haven't got the colours here, but to me that would be red, white and blue. And I don't feel that will be wanted. Maybe it just highlights issues we have. The biggest topic in this country at the moment, look on YouTube, look in the Daily Mail, look wherever, is immigration. Also, maybe this is maybe not just about the police. Maybe it's more about they fear chaos by celebrating with a flag. That may not be the police. I just assumed, that could be a power card, you see. May not be. It may be just saying they won't like that because it could cause chaos and tensions and whatever. I'm rambling. Let's see where we go with these flags. Interesting. So yet again, same kind of card. Could be chaos, tension, fear of uprisings. Okay, I think in the past it was more easygoing, do what you wish kind of thing. And now it feels like, yes, look, your liberty and your freedom to do what you wish, whether it's right or wrong, but, maybe in the past you could fly a flag like that and now you can't. So your freedoms have been kind of stripped back with that. You can't just do that kind of spontaneous thing that may cause trouble, okay, or chaos, or they just don't want you to do it. Okay. It also, the problem is as well, to me, this is about a new journey, you see, and he's got a little backpack on. So they don't want this kind of tension, I think. I think they feel it's sparking trouble, I should say. Okay, now there's a stop. So whether they're going to stop, wait, decide what to do, sort of at a crossroads, I don't think it will be long with that card. But they're going to make some decisions. They're going to have to make some decisions. Oh, interesting. This could even be two opposing sides as well. It feels like they want peace. They want to stop it before it gets worse with the tower. So I feel like they're shutting this down because they feel it will just get worse. It will get more fractious. Look, this is what they think is going to happen. You see, there's struggles. But the trouble is, my feeling is, you just shut it down. The problem doesn't really go away. That's the thing. Maybe they do have to eventually start thinking about what they're going to do because, they need to pull people back into harmony. This is kind of, things have got a bit out of line. It's a setback card. And this is, it could either be just disharmony, fears, but to be honest, to be perfectly honest with you, that to me does not solve any problems. You got to address the people, make the people happy. The people, this is about the truth. And maybe they're detached from the truth. Because he could be very detached. They're detached from the truth, maybe detached from dealing with the actual issue. It's like they're just sweeping it under the rug. I think it's very interesting. So I wonder, because, is it Loved by Jenny? Someone told me last night, Tarot by Jenny. She got for Keir Starmer, she got the World card of completion. I do think that this situation will wrap itself up at some point. This is about waiting, but it could also be that he waits too long and it's causing disharmony and upsets. By waiting too long to wrap this situation up, he needs to address it. So I think in the end, this is about the truth coming out. I think in the end, we need to sit back, watch, and I feel with those cards that it may be that he waited too long and it has repercussions. Maybe his party stands up and says, look at what's happened. It could be a change of government in the end. Will it lead to a change of government? Aha. Okay. Will it lead to a change of government? There'll be some kind of renewal at some point. I feel like in order to have peace, they're going to have to be wise and maybe look at the situation, the path they're on, it could even be that they need to back down in order to have peace. I feel like they need to do something about it, and it may have repercussions in the long run. I'm going to ask that finally. Will that have repercussions on the current government? Oh, well, already got 2. All that, because that's what she got. I then start feeling like all this was meant to happen. This is all part of it. It feels quite obvious. This will be worthwhile. Oh, bear that one in mind. Guidance. Clarity's coming. So, there you go. Clarity is coming. Bear that in mind. I believe now, I just think it's part of this movie. Exuberance, again, trust and communication. To reach a bigger audience. Public speakers, teachers, could be leaders. Yeah. Nearly finished. It's a long one, this one. I didn't even get to ask the question. Okay, slow down. The pace must abate before it's too late. Security. Choose the safe harbour for now. So it's almost like they're treading water right now. But I like this card. This one was great. So I've asked, will it lead to any of the Labour Party stepping down? I've had it twice. I've had communicate twice now. Interesting. So you're just going to have to watch and see what happens, how they resolve everything, how they bring back peace and harmony, and what happens. Vitality. Balance and earthly physical reality. She brings warmth and vitality. No more procrastinating. Yes, they've sat on it. Well, they're on holidays right now, but when they get back from their holidays, I bet they have to start dealing with this. I think there's going to be more pressure. Another one, second time I've had clarity. So wait and see. That's very exciting. I feel much more positive today about all of this will be resolved, and hopefully harmony can be restored for everybody. Have a great day.